on Nobility, Part 1, of Rural and Urban Men. 4. Inbreeding-crossbreeding. The more pronounced the ability and tendency of a person is to wisely see things from all sides and without prejudice, the weaker usually his will to act impulsively and biased, because every motive is questioned by a counter-motive, every belief by skepticism, and every action by the understanding of its cosmic insignificance. Only the biased, single-minded man can be effective. But there is not only an unconscious, naive narrow-mindedness, but also a conscious, heroic narrow-mindedness. The heroic, single-minded man, and to this type belong all truly great men of action, from time to time switches off all the sides of his being, except the one required for his action. He can be objective, critical, skeptical, and mindful before or after the action, but he is subjective, faithful, narrow-minded, and unfair during the action. Wisdom inhibits action. Action denies wisdom. The strongest will is ineffective if it has no direction. Even a weak will triggers the strongest effect if it is focused. There is no life of action without wrongdoing, error, guilt. Who is afraid of animosity stays in the realm of thought, tranquility, passivity. Truthful people are always silent, because every assertion is, in a certain sense, a lie, a sin. Pure-hearted people are always inactive, because every action is, in a sense, wrong. But it is brave to speak at the risk of lying, to act at the risk of wrongdoing. Inbreeding strengthens the character, but weakens the mind. Miscegenation weakens the character, but strengthens the mind. When inbreeding and race-mixing are favorable, they result in the highest human type, combining the strongest character with the sharpest of minds. Where inbreeding and race-mixing are unfavorable, they result in a degenerate type with weak character and dull mind. The man of the future will be a mixed breed. Today's races and castes will fall victim to the increased overcoming of space, time, and prejudice. The Eurasian Negroid race of the future, similar in its features to the ancient Egyptians, will replace the diversity of nations with a diversity of, quote, personalities. According to heredity laws, variety of the descendants grows out of the variety of the ancestors, and uniformity of descendants out of uniformity of the ancestors. In single-race families, one child resembles the other, because all represent one common family type. In mixed-race families, the children look different from each other. Each forms a new variation of the diverse parental and ancestral elements. Inbreeding produces a characteristic type. Race mixing produces original personalities. The predecessor of the planetary race of the future in modern Europe is the Russian, as a Slavic Tatarian and Finnish mixed breed, because he, among all European nationals, has the least amount of any race, and he is the typical multi-soul person with a wide, rich, all-encompassing soul. His strongest opposite is the isolated Brit, the highly inbred one-soul person, whose strength lies in character, will, and in the typical modern Europe owes to him the most reserved, most complete type, the gentleman,